Welcome to AC 24/7. I'm Aaron Dean. Police say at least 3 people are dead and 9 injured, including 2 police officers in the nation's latest mass shooting. It happened in Farmington, New Mexico, and investigators say both officers are in stable condition at a local hospital, with the 18-year-old suspect dead. As the Advocate Channel's Emily Schmidt reports, the shooting happened on the same day Washington highlighted the dangers police can face on the job.
The images and information from Farmington, New Mexico immediately put another community on edge.
We are actively looking at several blocks of this crime scene to determine what actually happened while we were responding to this scene. Because of the numerous phone calls that we did receive, we are trying to gather a lot of information that came in very rapidly.
Farmington's deputy police chief says the shooter was 18 years old, and before he was shot and killed by officers, both a city and a state police officer were injured. The tragedy prompted statements from the governor, who said she would not stop fighting against gun violence. In Washington, U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland delivered the keynote address at the National Peace Officers Memorial Service, honoring fallen officers like U.S. Capitol Police Officer Howard Liebengood, who defended the Capitol on January 6, 2021.
Tragically, within days of the attack, Officer Liebengood died by suicide.
Brave police officers have faced down an historic wave of violent crime from the front lines. Even as defund the police radicalism forced them to do it with fewer resources and thinner ranks.
Monday, the Senate Minority Leader touted a proposed bill that would toughen sentencing for assaulting or killing officers on a day the dangers they face were all too clear. I'm Emily Schmidt reporting.
More Black people died than expected in 2020, reversing years of progress in reducing the mortality rate group. Researchers looked at data spanning 20 years. They found the death rate disparity had been declining until COVID-19 hit. Researchers say middle-aged Black Americans and infants had the highest rate of potential years of life lost. Disparities in deaths from heart disease was the largest driver of differences. One of the lead researchers says that there is no biological reason why Black people should have a higher mortality rate than white people, and that new ideas are needed to make healthcare more equitable. The study is published in the journal JAMA Network Open. And Wells Fargo has agreed to pay $1 billion to settle a lawsuit. The lawsuit accused the bank of defrauding shareholders about its progress in recovering from a series of scandals, one being the treatment of its customers. The bank has operated since 2018 under constant orders that it needs to improve governance and oversight. This comes after shareholders accused Wells Fargo of overstating how well it was complying with those orders. A preliminary settlement was filed this week with a federal court. It's now requiring a judge's approval. Wells Fargo is denying any wrongdoing. The Biden administration is investing $11 billion to bring more clean energy to rural America. The White House says this would help families keep the lights and heat on during extreme weather events like heat waves, floods, and winter storms. The funding is available through the Inflation Reduction Act. The administration says that this is the single largest investment in electrifying rural areas since the FDR presidency. 2 congressional staffers are out of the hospital after a man with a bat attacked Representative Jerry Connolly's office. Surveillance video appears to show the suspect chasing a woman in his neighborhood minutes earlier. First, a warning. This story contains that video and may be disturbing to some viewers.
Terrifying video caught on a home security camera. Neighbors say it shows the man now accused of attacking a Virginia congressman's staffers, allegedly chasing a woman with a bat minutes earlier.
I don't think there is a motivation. I think we're talking about real mental illness.
Several neighbors heard the commotion. Daniel Ashley says it wasn't until he heard about a possible connection to the attack on the congressman's office that he started looking through his security camera footage.
And that was the clip that had the woman running away from the guy with the baseball bat. She's screaming and terrified. I heard about the Jerry Connolly thing on the news, but I had no idea that I was so close to home.
Democratic Congressman Jerry Conley says Monday morning the alleged attacker walked into his district office in Fairfax in an enraged state.
Turns out that he had already used that bat to destroy older woman's windshield out further west. So he was on a tear.
He did arrive here in a vehicle, and he walked to the office and began swinging the bat, striking 2 staff members.
The congressman telling CNN he wasn't there at the time.
A man had come into our office with a metal baseball bat and asked for me. And when told that I was at an event, he proceeded to attack the young intern who was at the front desk on her first day. And then when the noise and commotion became clear, others came running out of their offices, and he attacked my outreach director and hit her badly on the back of her head.
The journal Frontiers in Pediatrics has found that marijuana use can harm fetal development in the first trimester before many women even know that they're pregnant. It found that THC and CBD exposure in the womb are linked to childhood obesity and higher blood sugar. The study further suggests that marijuana use may also be linked to a decrease in birth weight, as well as aggression, anxiety, and even autism in children. Well, check this out. A South Carolina woman is accused of pretending to be pregnant and hiding cocaine in a fake belly. The Anderson County Sheriff's Office posted a photo of a deputy posing with the rubber prosthetic belly. During a traffic stop, deputies got suspicious when a couple gave conflicting information about their due date. Well, the deputies say that the woman took off running and drugs fell out of her fake belly. In all, deputies found 1,500 grams of cocaine. That's more than 3 pounds. Both people are charged with trafficking cocaine. The unofficial start of the summer is just 2 weeks away, and AAA released its travel forecast saying that this Memorial Day will be one for the record books. Now, if you are among the millions of people driving or even flying to their destinations, Cole Higgins has what you can expect and how to avoid all of those headaches.
Get ready for a record-breaking Memorial Day. According to AAA, 42.3 million Americans are expected to travel 50 miles or more from home over the holiday weekend.
The desire to travel is high. It's back to what it was pre-pandemic.
Compared to 2022, that's a 7% increase, or nearly 3 million more people. And AAA says it's a glimpse of what's ahead this summer travel season, saying roads and airports will be busier than before the pandemic. According to AAA, this Memorial Day weekend, we could see the busiest airports since 2005. AAA recommends booking the first flight in the morning since it has fewer disruptions than later flights. Don't check in bags and be flexible.
Have those plan Bs and plan Cs in effect, knowing that potentially you could run into delays or cancellations at the airport.
AAA says most travelers are expected to drive to their destination, while also noting car travel is still expected to be down from pre-pandemic levels by 500,000 travelers. Prices at the pump are likely fueling the increased demand for road trips. AAA says the national average for a gallon of gas is below $4, which is lower than it was last summer. AAA recommends avoiding the roads Friday afternoon from 3 to 6 p.m. and Monday between noon and 3 p.m.
So if you can extend that weekend trip to Tuesday, perhaps, or maybe work remotely on Tuesday, come back Wednesday, play around with your schedule a little bit to avoid those big delays.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Cole Higgins.
And thank you for joining us for AC 24/7. For more, go to theadvocatechannel.com and subscribe on the Advocate Channel YouTube page. For AC 24/7, I'm Aaron Dean.